Well, it looks like we are finally seeing major progress for PayPal stock very quietly and very much under the radar. We are up over 30% from the bottom, and we are seeing the signs of a setup for a big move up, but it comes with a massive warning that you must understand, or else it's going to completely destroy your portfolio. So let's discuss this topic in depth today because I want you to know exactly what to look for that next big move up, and also how you completely avoid that landmine that is absolutely lurking with PayPal stock. Just make sure you like the video if you like getting the truth without the hype. And make sure you check out the pinned comment down there for my new channel. We talk about financial freedom and retiring early. Again, it's the pinned comment down there if you want content just specifically about that. Now, we actually discussed the bottom being in on PayPal just 2 weeks after it actually hit its low there at $50 per share. Now, to be upfront, nobody can time the bottom. I'm not saying I timed the bottom or anything else like that, but there were signs all over the place that a bottom was starting to form and may have been in. Again, nobody knows where the actual bottom is, but there were signs there, and I made sure I got that out there to you guys. Now, again, there was some luck in that as well. I agree completely, but it's not like I made 28 predictions out there on when the bottom was, and then I finally got it right like a lot of other folks do. I didn't. It was the only video I put out about the actual bottom in PayPal stock, and it happened to line up perfectly there. And so I wanted to talk to you guys today about actually a next big move up that we could see here and what signs I'm seeing that kind of give me a little bit of an indication as to that where that possibility is that we might be gearing up for another big run. So there are signs of something big brewing for PayPal, but there's also a big warning that we'll talk about here shortly as well that you got to know. So sign number one, sentiment is changing around PayPal. Now look, for this, all I did was type in PayPal stock up there in a Google search bar, and I just went to news. That's all that I did. And my, has the sentiment completely changed around PayPal. And again, I'm just going right off the top here. PayPal Holdings is attracting investor attention. Here's what you should know. Is PayPal stock a buy? PayPal Holdings, don't ignore the game changer. Buy now, celebrate later, 3 fintech stocks poised for growth in Q2. And they talked about PayPal in that article. And it just kind of keeps going. PayPal surpasses market returns, some facts worth knowing. PayPal, a good GARP stock, made even better by buybacks. Is PayPal stock a buy? PayPal Holdings stock outperforms competitors on strong trading day. Boy, it's been forever since we heard that one. PayPal stock's up 34% since October 2023 5-year low. Is the worst over? Is PayPal a millionaire maker? We got folks that bullish on it now. PayPal stock has fallen far enough. It's time to buy. PayPal stock position increased by Argus Investors Council. Again, that's just right off the top there. I didn't cherry pick those or anything else. I just read them right there in order to you guys right off the Google search. So it tells me that the sentiment is absolutely starting to change around PayPal stock, because if you remember, if I punched this in back in October, November timeframe, it was, oh, get out of PayPal, sell. Is PayPal ever going to recover? You know, competitors are eating PayPal's lunch alive, whatever. There was so many different negative narratives. That's all the top 12 would have been, was exactly something negative all the way around. So the sentiment around this stock is absolutely changing. It's slowly changing, but it is changing to the positive. Sign number two, technicals are starting to line up. Now, you guys know I'm not a technical analysis kind of guy. I'm sorry. I prefer fundamental analysis. I feel it's just a better measure of a stock in general in regards to what's happening with the stock. So that's absolutely my preference. But I can't ignore the fact that some of the technicals are starting to line up for PayPal stock as well. Again, I'm just trying to bring you guys the truth here. It's not like I'm getting deep into the weeds on technical analysis or anything else like that, but there's some very basic indicators that are showing, hey, the technicals are starting to look better for PayPal stock. Now, for me, I take a lot of that with a grain of salt because it's just too short term and they're not taking into account a lot of other factors that are involved in terms of where a stock goes over the long run. But I can say, whereas in the past, the technicals were deteriorating, I can't say that anymore. The technicals are absolutely improving. And again, that is another sign, even though it's a minor sign, it's another sign that things are turning around for PayPal stock. Sign number three, stock price is going up quietly. Now, if you notice that a lot of the noise, good and bad, around PayPal has kind of died since we kind of hit that bottom and as it started mooching up. I mean, we've had a 30% move in the stock and it's really quiet out there. I've noticed just a massive shift here on YouTube. The reason why I put out as many PayPal videos is because people aren't clicking on them anymore. And I've checked other channels too. It's not like it's just my channel. I was kind of, well, maybe it's just me. Maybe folks aren't enjoying my videos so much. Maybe they need to change something up. And so I checked other folks who I know cover PayPal pretty, regularly, and they're doing the same exact thing and they're seeing the same exact thing. People just don't seem interested in PayPal now that it's kind of come up off that bottom and it's kind of moving in the other direction. Unlike last year where I could just put out any PayPal video with any real title and thumbnail and it would just, it'd be a great video. It'd perform great and get lots of clicks and everything else. So we're seeing a definite shift in that. Usually when you see that and you see the noise die down, not just on YouTube, I meant in the media in terms of news articles, finding information, them talking about it on CNBC and everywhere else like that. When you start seeing a lot of that talk kind of die down, but then you see a stock, kind of creeping up per se, kind of quietly there in the background, that usually means that large players are starting to position themselves into the stock. Now, there are many, many more large players to go. It's not like they've all already positioned and it's just set for takeoff. But this is a very clear sign that it is starting to happen. And let me kind of hammer this home with one question to you guys. When is Wall Street loud about a stock in the end? That's right. It's after it's had a huge run. That's when all of a sudden it's all the talk of the town and all the rage and everything else is always after the run has already happened. So again, long way to go there, but it's clearly a sign that we're moving in the right direction and that large players are starting to buy in, which of course means a huge run is still on the horizon there and the large players are starting to position for it. But there is a massive warning with all this that you have to understand or you're going to get completely screwed. So let's talk about that next, because everything we just discussed is great. Again, it's not foolproof. It's not 100% guaranteed or anything else like that. You guys know I don't guarantee anything like that. I don't think nothing is 100% foolproof. Think through all the times when you've heard about a foolproof guaranteed 10x and it hasn't done a 10x at all at any point in time. Matter of fact, a lot of those stocks that were guaranteed 10x's are a negative and extremely negative from those time frames. So not saying that at all, but everything we discussed is great, but it doesn't mean jack if this one thing doesn't happen the way we want it to, and that is earnings. And yes, we're going to discuss earnings in depth here as we get closer to the date there. It's not till the end of the month here. We'll talk about it as we get closer, but that right there is the key to all this either falling apart and having to start all over again in a sense, or for us to actually have something tangible to start that next run up. So everything can line up. You can have a double beat. Everything's there, but the company can come out with guidance that's kind of blah. Or Alex can actually say something like, hey, we're on track, but it's going to take a little bit longer than we thought. We need to add an extra quarter or two to our timeline there. Those sorts of things, despite everything else lining up great, can absolutely destroy this potential run that we're hoping is coming. You are going to see a lot of pain in this stock if we don't get a double beat and if Alex's guidance is anything other than sunside up, right? Hey, great, everything's on track, or even better. That would be even better scenario to where we could really see that kick off is he was like, hey, we're kind of ahead of schedule here. We have some bigger things even brewing than what we thought before. Some talk like that can absolutely send us in that direction that we want to go and make that big move up. But if we don't get that, we are going to get the big move going the opposite direction. And I just want you guys to be aware of it and to be ready for both scenarios to play out. And again, we'll talk about earnings as we get closer. And if you want to see all my buy and sell alerts in real time and be able to take 5 courses for free, be able to use a stock analyzer tool for free, take advantage of free coaching, and be a part of the best 6, 7, and 8-figure Discord out there, be able to slide into my DMs anytime you want, jump on our live Q&As, talk to me anytime. We do 3, 4, 5 exclusive videos every single week in the group there. And there's so much more that's coming. Make sure you check out the pinned comment and see if a membership's right for you. And click this video here if you want to see exactly what I'm buying in this market. And click here to see my exact plan for this market. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.